Hello, friends. Welcome to Family Movie Night, where we'll be talking about what we watch for Family Movie Night. I'm Mike, and today we'll be talking about Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was released in 2001. It is about an orphan boy enrolls in a school of wizardry where he learns the truth about himself, his family, and the terrible evil that haunts the magical world. Kind of a weird movie description if you really think about it, but I get it. It's fine. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is the first of the beloved series by J.K. Rowling that was adapted into film, and it stars Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, as our trio, Harry, Ron, and Hermione. We've got Richard Harris as Albus Dumbledore, Dame Maggie Smith as Professor McGonagall, Robbie Coltrane as Hagrid, and Alan Rickman as Professor Severus Snape. I can't remember the last time that I've actually watched Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone because it is the oldest of the bunch. It's the one that is most kid friendly. So I enjoyed it, but I was never like a huge fan of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone compared to a lot of the other older movies that have more mature content and that, quite frankly, are just better. But I watched this because Gwen and I just finished reading the or listening to the audiobook of this. And it was exciting to watch her watch this and get so excited about seeing some of her favorite characters that she had grown to love on screen. She was really excited to see a couple things. She was really excited to see Fluffy, the three-headed dog. She was really excited to see Hermione Granger, and she was really excited to see Quidditch. So she was really excited about all of those things. And admittedly, the first thing that she said when the movie was over was, "Wow, that wasn't anything like the book." And I had to explain to her that in a lot of cases, when book is adapted into a movie or sometimes even a TV show, you're not going to get everything in there. And that's okay because when you make something if you make a movie based on a book, it's not always going to be perfect. You have to be mindful of the runtime because this is a 2 hour and 32-minute movie, which, as somebody who has two young kids, definitely felt the runtime with this one, but it also does a great job of keeping everyone's attention and also making sure that it establishes the lore in a really great way. So, two things kind of struck me about this upon rewatch. The first thing is that everybody is just babies. They're just babies. All so young, and it is hilarious to me because I look specifically at the three main characters. So Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson. Daniel Radcliffe has just carved a path forward for himself where he can act in so many different ways and do so many different things. It's hard to see him in some of these roles here where he's not given a whole lot to do from an acting standpoint and he's just starting to figure all this out. It's kind of the problem with all the kids in this is that they're all really young and they're all still trying to figure all of this out. But Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson have done amazing career work. Well, Emma Watson maybe not so much, but Daniel Radcliffe in particular has done some good stuff. Rupert Grint, he's fine. He's still consistently acting, which is good, but nowhere near the heights that Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson has gotten to, which is sad, but at the same time, it is what it is. The other thing that kind of struck me about this is that it kind of breaks my heart a little bit how many of the actors have passed away. So if you look at some of the individuals in the cast that have passed away, you've got Richard Harris as Albus Dumbledore. He passed away after the second movie, and then they had to replace him. The guy that they replaced him with, Michael Gambon, he's also passed away. You got Maggie Smith passed away this year, so Professor McGonagall is gone. And when we watched this on HBO Max, And the first thing that comes up is that they say this is dedicated to Maggie Smith, who passed away this year, which I got chills seeing that because yeah, that's sad. Robbie Coltrane as Hagrid, that sucks as well that he's passed away. Robbie Coltrane also passed away before he could reprise his role in Beetlejuice as well, even though he's not like a central character, but he's still a fun bit part. But Hagrid, seeing him or Robbie Coltrane as Hagrid was interesting to say the least. So Richard Griffith, who plays Uncle Vernon, also has passed away. Vern Troyer, who plays Grip Hook in this, he's passed away. John Hurt, who is Ollivander, who he's passed away. But then I think the biggest thing is Alan Rickman, uh, who's passed away. And it's interesting because watching this with my daughter, knowing everything that happens after all of this, it's very hard for me not to just blurt it out. Some of the things that happen because she's asking me, well, what are they searching for in the next movie? Or how is Voldemort going to come back in the second movie? Knowing full well that it's not until the fourth one that this really becomes real and a problem. So I'm going to struggle with that a little bit. And my wife and I both agreed that once it gets to the fourth book, we want her to be a little bit older before we get into some of these more mature topics in the fifth, sixth, and seventh movies and book, I guess, as well. So it's gonna be a process to see how this pans out, but we're already 4 or 5 chapters into the Chamber of Secrets, so we'll see how that pans out. But a couple things that I will kind of knock this movie for right off the bat is that the special effects have not held up, particularly the Quidditch scenes and some of the effects like there's a scene where Neville falls down while he's first riding a broom. The bricks that open up when they get to Diagon Alley, that does not hold up either. But I had to remind myself, and particularly my wife, who she never notices stuff like that. So when she said, boy, these effects have not held up. All I could say was, well, it was the late 90s when they did this, so I don't I don't know what to tell you with that. But beyond that, the story is still fantastic. It's the kids are all amazing, and the action scenes are great. The relationships that are built, all the characters are really great. This is a pun intended magical world, and it was so nice to just go back to it. It actually got me a little kind of excited for the prospect of a Harry Potter TV show because I forgot how much I love these movies, and I forgot how much I loved this book and series in particular. So this is a very enthusiastic thumbs up for me, and I'm looking forward to show or sharing these movies with both the kids. The youngest one, was a little bored during this because again, it's a 2.5 hour long movie, but she also was excited to see some things as well. So I can't ask for anything more than that. But that's going to do it for this episode of Family Movie Night. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and Blue Skies at SPDM Crew. Check out our website at spdmcrew.com. Follow us on Letterboxd at MLHelty2452 and follow our list labeled Family Movie Night. Shout out to iFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you have any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at highflyercreative.com. If you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, happy watching, friends.